In a dramatic development tonight, the High Court has ordered a temporary halt on the transfer of more than 150 asylum seekers from Australia's border control to the Sri Lankan Navy. The interim injunction was granted to lawyers acting for the asylum seekers, including a large group of Tamils. Tomorrow, the asylum seekers' lawyer will continue to argue their case in the High Court. Tonight's court order does not apply to the group already handed over to the Sri Lankan authorities in recent days. Jason Om has our report.
A last-minute reprieve for a group of asylum seekers the government has been reluctant to officially acknowledge. The High Court heard from barristers representing 153 people on board a boat believed to be under the Australian Navy's control.
Now, those asylum seekers were very concerned that they'd be handed over to their torturers and their persecutors, and we sought an urgent injunction to stop that from happening.
The court heard the group includes 32 women and 37 children.
We were successful this evening in obtaining a short injunction to enable our clients to properly put their case to the High Court.
In a video link, Justice Susan Crennan declared it's probable that the asylum seekers had been detained or were in the custody of the Australian Navy and would be handed over to Sri Lankan authorities. However, Justice Crennan said their precise location was unknown. Justice Crennan ordered an interim injunction against any transfer until 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
These people are in real fear of their lives. Many of them have been subjected to torture and persecution. They are extremely frightened of being returned to their torturers.
Earlier, the Immigration Minister confirmed a separate boatload of 41 asylum seekers had been screened and then transferred to the Sri Lankan Navy.
This is how you stop the boats. This is how it has to be done, because this is what works.
The Sri Lankan Navy says the 41 asylum seekers will be handed over to the authorities to be dealt with.
We hold very serious concerns about the safety and well-being of these 41 asylum seekers, and it's clear that an entirely flawed process has resulted in the transfer of these people directly back to the hands of the authorities from whom they may well have been fleeing.
The High Court's intervention coincides with a growing outcry from the legal fraternity. The latest protest is a signed statement from more than 50 legal experts saying Australia could be breaching its international obligations.
The Australian government appears to be relying on a completely flawed 4-question interview conducted at sea by a video link to determine their refugee claims. It's simply not possible to do that properly, and what that means is that there are very serious risks that Australia is returning people to harm, which is a clear violation of the Refugee Convention and other international law obligations.
The case of the 153 asylum seekers returns to the High Court tomorrow. Jason Om, Late Line.